Hello everybody, I'm your friend Debo who Let's Play SpiderMwa and welcome you back to Let's Play Blade Runner. As we left off, I went through all the evidence. We found more evidence on the case that Steele is working on, and now we can go do other things. Such as investigate our mission. Case. Yeah, that's what you call it. A case. We can go investigate our case, but first, before we do anything else, I wonder if there's...
Mainframe and shooting laboratory.
Thank you. I wonder if there's anything we need to do in the lab.
Anything else?
Zip, man. Try me later.
Sure thing. Once we get more evidence, we'll come back. If you remember, there was a guy locked up in here. Now we can go talk to him. And also, there's a cell open. It's kind of interesting in every other cell, but this one is closed, but there's nobody inside. At least I don't see any other people in here. But we can talk to this guy about Steele's case that she's working on. It's a very interesting case because he's in the cars people, you know, citizens against replicant something or other. So let's talk to him about that.
You're Spencer Gregorian, right?
No. I really think my lawyer should be here.
And also, we can do the Voigt-Kampff on him if we want to. And this is a very good thing to do, actually, so you can get used to how the machine works in the game. Because you will be using it from time to time in other places and on other people. So it's good to use it here, so you can get used to the machine. So let's do it.
I'm gonna give you a little test.
The other detective, she already tested me earlier today.
Uh-huh. Look, I gotta check out the equipment, and you're the only stiff around.
Indeed.
I object to this treatment. If you'll just call my lawyer, he'll take care.
Your lawyer would tell you I got the authority to VK the mayor if I want. And he'd have to smile and nod and kiss my butt until I cleared him. So sit down.
You tell him, McCoy.
Reaction time is a factor in this, so please pay attention. Where do you live?
3rd sector, uptown.
Nice neighborhood?
Very. Is this going to take long?
Just keep your pants on, Spencer.
It'll take as long as you make it, you know. It's not about us asking the questions, it's about you answering them. So we got simple questions, we got medium intensity, and we got high intensity. So let's start with the low intensity.
Out of the corner of your eye, you see a large black spider crawling up the wall.
I'd call animal services, of course. I wouldn't try to move it myself, not without proper equipment.
So the way the machine works here, you can see is the amplifier, how much the reaction is, how big it is. Here you can see this line, if it goes, as you can see, it says human reaction gauge. So this went up here, so that means that he's very human. That was a very humane thing to do. A very positive, humane thing to do. If it goes down here, it's a negative but humane thing to do. The other one here is the replicant reaction gauge. So if this goes up here, or this goes down here, that is a replicant reaction to the question, or reaction to the emotion that we are trying to get out of them. I'm really not sure how it all works, but that is how the gauges work, at least. The low intensity questions are pretty much what we just said. It usually goes with animals or children or something like that. And these are the more complex intensities. The higher you go, the more complex the situation gets, and then might confuse a replicant a lot more than a normal human being. And this guy seems to be just normal. So let's do another low intensity.
You notice someone attractive across the room.
If I thought the attraction was mutual, I would ask her out for coffee or lunch.
As you saw the gauges move, it went higher up on the replicant gauge. This guy is human, but he is so related to replicants that his answers are very replicant-like as well, so... this guy can be a bitch to handle.
You're giving a speech to a crowd of hundreds. First, one person starts to laugh. He leans over and says something to the people around him. Soon the whole audience is roaring with laughter and pointing at you.
That's insulting.
Hitting too close to home?
That never happened. And even if it did, well, if I have to be scorned to get my message out, then that's what I'm going to do.
Well, it did have a very emotional effect on it. I mean, it did seem to hit close to home, if you ask me.
You've been drafted into the Army. During a boot camp hazing, you're bound, blindfolded, and forced to eat worms.
Hazing's illegal.
Oh, yeah. You're really worried about breaking the law. Wonder why I'm the one on this side of the bars.
Civil disobedience has a long history in our world.
So does genocide, but I ain't out butchering my neighbors.
Yeah, that was more human reaction as we saw from the gauge. It's always good that when you do this, you keep your eye on here, on the gauges on the left when they answer, whoever you're questioning. Because that is what defines which is human, which is replicant. But the game itself will tell you if they're replicant and if you can shoot them, or, I'm sorry, retire them.
You rent a mountain cabin. On the walls, someone has hung old maps and Currier and Ives prints. A deer's head is mounted above the fireplace. A full stag with developed horns.
I'd leave.
Huh. Short, but sensible.
You're watching an old movie. It shows a banquet in progress. The guests are enjoying raw oysters. The entree consists of boiled dog.
And this test is supposed to determine if the subject is a replicant?
Is that an answer?
Even a replicant would react to these questions.
Yes, but slowly, and not as strongly.
Yeah, that is how they work. They're not the very emotional things, the replicants. So they have the whole thing about here is emotion. So the reactions from replicants are a lot slower, and they can be very strong emotions sometimes. But if they're too strong, it's not very human to have very strong emotions from little things. So that's how it pretty much works. At least that's what I think. So if you ever seen the movie or such, then you would know how this works.
Your child comes home with a black eye.
I'd call the school.
Yeah. Sensible.
You're at a restaurant with friends. One of them orders lobster. The chef drops the lobster into the tub of boiling water while you watch.
Are you trying to make me sick?
No, just what regular restaurants do. That's how you cook the lobsters. You cook them alive. You didn't know that, dude? I thought everybody would know that. That's how they make shrimp, too.
A man dressed in rags approaches you on the street and asks for money.
I tried to help him, of course. Buy him dinner or take him to a shelter.
You are a very human subject. You can always, if you are certain yourself that he's human, you can just terminate the Kampff test from here. Just terminate on your own, the VK test. I'm still gonna ask one more question from medium intensity.
A teacher calls you stupid in front of the rest of the class.
I try to do better next time.
That was enough.
Positive result.
Yep.
Subject is human. Test terminated.
Yeah, you can terminate the test yourself, but also, if you ask enough questions, the machine will tell you if they're human or replicant. If it tells you you're a replicant, better get your gun ready, because you'll be shooting your ass out. That didn't make any sense, what I just said. Never mind.
I got some more questions for you. Tell me about your protest at Tyrell's plant.
I already told that other detective everything. Under duress.
I want to know about the people who were there. The Rastafarian and the Asian guy with the sunglasses.
I didn't know the Rastafarian. The Asian fellow was one of our ex-members. Izo was his name.
How long did you know him for?
Let's see. I met him about 5 years ago. He seemed so smart and balanced. He really wanted to help the replicant people.
Then what?
He started associating with the more militant factions.
Interesting.
I was astounded when I heard he was supplying weapons to some of them.
Huh.
What kind of weapons?
Guns so new that even the police had hardly used them, I heard.
Huh. So this Izo guy might be a weapons dealer, and I also noticed that the screen is not properly adjusted. There we go. That looks better.
I got some more questions for you. Lot of people involved in your cause, Spencer?
Yes, sir, we're growing fast. As more and more people realize that replicants have cognitive and emotional legitimacy, the Citizens Against Replicant Slavery will spearhead the movement towards...
Save the pitch for someone who gives a shit.
Yeah.
We're peaceful people, Detective.
Yeah, I'm sure.
We live by a code that men like you could never understand.
What, pacifism?
Try me.
2 centuries ago, humans were held in slavery. Brave souls formed an underground railroad.
So, you help
Yeah.
replicants escape the city.
I'm talking figuratively, Detective.
Well,
Sure you are.
yeah, it sounded...
We're not children, Detective. We have resources. The world is changing. People are waking up to the injustices perpetrated by a sick society that you have helped...
A lot of them will wake up dead if reps are allowed to run amok on Terra, jerk.
Yeah, this guy doesn't really realize how dangerous some replicants can be. Of course, there can be replicants who are more humane and not, not jobs like the ones that we're chasing right now. But still, this guy doesn't just realize how wrong he is on his cause. I mean, he thinks that replicants are human. They're not. They're genetically engineered androids. You cannot call replicants human, because they're robots. They're just genetically same as human, except not. They're stronger, faster, more resilient to sickness and such. Of course, they don't have a long lifetime, so I don't think what the cause is, what good this cause would do for replicants, because they do only have a 6-year life expectancy. At least that's what I think it is. At least that's what I remember from the movie, that they only live 6 years. Don't quote me on that, though. I could be wrong. If somebody else remembers how it is, do tell me. But that's enough of that. So we got some more information from the dude, but we don't really care about it right now, because we're not on the Steele's case. We don't know about this Ezo and the Rastafarian guy. But what we can do now is go and investigate our case. And I love it how they have misplaced McCoy when he sits down in the car. And you can see that he's definitely sitting on the place where the door goes, not in the chair. So we go to Chinatown. Right off the Valkyries, go! So this is Howie's. The place that McCoy said that he goes to visit.
Real sushi was a luxury reserved only for the elite, since most sea life had become radioactive after the Third Terran War. The rest of us had to eat new sushi, soya mixed with off-world lichen.
Ew. Sounds nasty. But still, also kind of funny that they don't call Earth that much anymore. That it's called Terra and Terran areas because they have colonies now. Kind of fast on how everything went, because the movie was made in the 80s, and this was like this is based on 2017. So in 2 years we will have colonies in space, hover cars, and really crappy living spaces. Not much of a future, if you ask me. This looks like an interesting guy. Let's talk to him.
McCoy, LPD. I want to ask you a couple of questions.
Sorry, my man. I just don't got the time.
Got to mix more out back.
The guy looks interesting. But I guess I can't talk to him.
Hey, big guy.
At least McCoy still said, hey, big guy, even after the guy had left. Let's talk to Howie.
Beautiful night, isn't it?
When business thriving, night always beautiful.
I'm sure. So, let's ask about Lucy.
This girl ever eat around here?
Nah, all gaijin look like the old man.
This from your place, isn't it?
Could be. Chopstick come from Yoshi's restaurant supply.
But it says Howie's on it, so it should be yours. How could he be confused about his own merchandise?
This from your place, isn't it?
Yes, sir. You do Howie favor, distribute all through our police station?
I guess he showed the brochure.
How long has that chef worked for you?
Zubin? Just month. Superior chef makes all kinds of new sushi.
Sounds good. Good. It's good to have a good chef after all in a
What's real
in your
fresh
restaurant.
tonight?
Special shipment of Toro just arrived. I fix you right up. No one else. Clean as a whistle.
You're Prince, Howie.
Awesome. We get some good food from here. Did we lose money? Yeah, we lost 10 Jinians. Oh well. Let's go take a look around. I'm sure we can go and take a look around in Chinatown. Take a look around in Chinatown. That's our car. I don't want to go to the car. Well, we could go into the back. He's a cool cat, this guy in the red jacket. At least he sounded like a cool cat. He went all sorry, my man. So, Zubin is your name, huh? Can we talk to you?
Howie says you're a master chef.
You not come back here. Air bad.
This'll only take a minute. There's a test I'd like you to take. It won't take too long.
Test? What kind of test?
An eyesight
Kind
test.
of a personality test. Totally routine.
Routine? Ah.
Ah, damn it! Should have reacted faster. Poured freaking hot soup on myself. And didn't even show him Lucy's photo. Didn't get a chance. So we are sure to know that this big guy is the big guy that was at the Runsitters. Because he ran fast. And also put the gun away. This is just a hobo. We don't want to shoot.
A big guy run past here?
Hey, maybe spare some chinion? Thanks. The big man, he kinda limping. That away.
Okay. Thank you, dude. So I went in here. Oh, Zubin! I am looking for you! Where are you at, man? You gotta be here somewhere.
Totally uninteresting.
Anything around here?
Yuck.
Anything here? I guess there's nothing here.
Totally uninteresting.
Well, let's take the gun out and go up here. I'm sure Zubin went this way. There can be an action here. Some activity happens here. If we're lucky. Nothing?
Locked.
I guess he escaped.
Locked.
Can we shoot it? No. Oh well. I think Zubin got away. So let's go back to Howie's and ask him about Zubin again. If we can. If we can't, doesn't matter. Zubin? Nah. Can't go this way, can't go that way, can't go that way. He got away. Bummer. At least we now know who the big guy with the limp was. Anything in here? Huh! The license plate. Anything
Nothing
else?
even remotely interesting, but hell, if I was going to root through trash, my expectations weren't too high.
Sure. Let's see if we can ask Howie some things again. Or if there's anything in the kitchen that might help us. There shouldn't be any clues around here, as far as I remember. But the license plate is important. The cool cat has gone. Okay. Yo, Howie.
See you later, Howie.
Okay. So, let us go back to the police station. As we now know who the limping big man is. It's very important to find out your suspects after all. Yeah, just land already. La-da-dee-dee. La-da-da-da. Let's go to the lab. Actually, first we gotta go to the Esper room to upload all the information that we just gathered.
Uploading personal clue database. Downloading mainframe clue database. Clue database transfer complete.
Thank you. So let's go to the lab. They work fast in the lab. I'm sure they have some kind of information already.
Anything else?
Zip man, try me later.
Really? Okay. Go back to the roof. So let's see. Suspect number 1. Suspect number 2, who is Zubin. So let's see. Car color and make, chrome debris, license plate. There it is. Definitely it's the same that we saw in the photo. I wonder if I can go talk to the lieutenant, to Guza. Oh, this is the basement. Actually, do we have anything else?
You keeping busy, pal?
Please leave me alone. My migraine's acting up.
My migraine's acting up. It's so dank and dark in here.
That guy does nothing else but complain all the time. What a loser. Move, McCoy, move! 88 miles per hour!
Sorry to bother you, Lieutenant. I was just checking in.
We'll get back out there. Those reps ain't retiring themselves.
Nope.
Yeah, suicidal targets would make my job a lot easier.
Yeah.
Everybody's got a job, kid.
True. Unless you're unemployed, which is a sad thing. But I think we've done everything we can for now. So, let's go to the roof. Get into our car. At least pretty much what I think of, we have done everything we can in Chinatown and everywhere else. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna go home. There's nothing else that I can think of doing right now. We have talked to everybody. We have uploaded the clues and everything, so it's pretty much done. So what we can do now is just go home, go to sleep, and wait for the next day. La da 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 dee, da da da. No, I didn't want to go to my own inventory. Let's just go home. Zoom in! He is tough, but he went down. Woo! Hey, look! It's Gaz. Gaguri? It starts with a G-A. I don't remember the rest of the small name that he has.
Rumor has it you've been earning your stripes, McCoy.
Well, I just killed a suspect who was trying to kill me.
Working on it.
Keep it up. You just might have a future in this business.
Thanks.
I understand it's got a hell of a retirement plan.
You VK the mark before retirement?
Didn't have to.
That's why they call it the magic.
I'm starting to understand.
You ever retire a human, your career is over. Remember that.
Okay,
I checked with UN Air. Looks your rep swung that moonbus massacre last month.
They ever find the moon bus?
Disappeared into thin air. Brian thinks it crashed out in the Kipple.
How many reps we talking about?
Enough. They're Nexus 6s. So don't take too much slack.
Gotcha.
Nexus 6s, huh? The most advanced of all of them. And I think his name is Gaff. I just remembered.
Yuck.
That's you just shot a murderer, and your only reaction to it is Yuck. Oh, he was a tough guy, I have to admit. At least we have unlimited ammo. At least I think so. Unlimited supply. Yeah. Later on you will get some more different kind of more effective ammo, but you will have a limited amount of
Your
those.
floor number, please.
Apartments. Ground floor.
I don't think there's anything on the ground floor. Let's go check. Just for funsies. Let's check the ground floor and see what we find. Usually just the outside street with nothing in it. Yeah. Ain't nothing here. So let's go to our apartment.
Your floor number, please.
Apartments.
McCoy, 88F.
88. Thank you.
88 floors. So this must be a 100-floor skyscraper.
I lived with the best gal I'd ever seen. She was 2 now and full of life and love. She'd cost me about a year's salary, but she was worth it. It was good to have someone warm nearby after completing a dirty job, and the retirement swag from this case would go toward getting her a partner.
Oh, cute.
Maggie, come here, girl.
Shut up.
Here you go, baby. Dinner time.
Yeah, there you go. Good dog. Good girl. So, not much of an apartment, but it suffices for a lonely guy. And you have your personal Esper if you get any more photos and such, that you can do it here instead of the police station. And Maggie just walks around in the living room, which is kind of cool. I wonder what breed they made her. I can't really tell what breed she is. Our personal bedroom. And also bathroom there.
Zubin was the first Nexus 6 I'd come up against. There was something in his eyes. An almost primordial desire to live. Most of the 3s, 4s, and 5s I'd seen would just give up when you had them. But these 6s, they were a whole other breed.
Yeah, they got this urge to live. They want to survive. They want to be treated like normal people. But they're not. They're still robots. They're designed. But still, looking for that humanity that they so desire. You gotta admit that they do have it. They do have that kind of quality in them that makes them human. Because of their desire to live. But they're doing it so wrong. They just... The morality, and because of what they are, they're inhuman, so they cannot be normal ever. So if they just realized that they cannot live on Earth as normal people because they are so evil, well, not evil, but they just do things wrong. If they just realize that, they can live happily ever after. Just go into some other colony or colonize your own place. Just don't come to Earth. We'll kill you. We're bastards like that. We'll retire you.
Violent street crime in the city rose again last year by a whopping 26%, according to the latest figures from the Department of Justice.
Wow.
Governor Kolvig attributed the change to the dramatic increase in the number of specials registered as city residents and promised a tough new set of standards for the City Immigration Bureau by next month.
26%, huh? That's quite the raise in violence. But I'm going to leave it here. Next time, we're gonna go to the next day and see what happens. Things will get a lot interesting. Trust me, I know. So until then, I hope you all have a good evening, good afternoon, and a good morning, and I will see you all next time. Take care, people. Bye. I also noticed I got really philosophical there at the end. Although I really didn't know what I was talking about. So don't mind me.